up? My name is Alan Cavanaro, and I'm alongside Nick for the Brazilian for the penultimate round of the season. It has been a very, very interesting season, to say the least, on this game. Nick, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thanks. Apologies for the delayed start. We were having some connection issues getting the broadcast set up. It kept failing, so fingers crossed that this one manages to hold out. But Alan, just crowned the champion from the podium tier. I'm looking forward to seeing whether tonight we will crown a champion from the Pinnacle tier.
Yes, there is a chance that may happen, and it can only happen if Beasthouse wins this race. Now, you see here, I actually learned the wheel gets fast enough, and like I was going to say, there's a 29-point gap from what I've been told from Nick. I haven't checked the points yet, but I know from first to second, it is separated by 29 points. At the end of this thing, hold on, actually, no, it's not 50 points. I did my math incorrectly. You're going to have to come back to me on that one. I did 50 instead of 25. So, yeah, I've
worked out that MLA basically needs to outscore Beasthouse by 5 points. If he doesn't, then Beasthouse will be crowned champion. So if we just look out, basically MLA needs to score 5 more points today just to be able to keep it alive for the remaining race. So we've got, I see that Sam's retired and Jaws now retired as well. So 2 drivers to call it a day already in this session. Only just under 4 minutes left. So again, apologies for the little bit of quality that we missed. But Alan, just bring me up to speed. What's happening? Learning the wheel at the top at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely up there, and if I look at the gap as it stands right now, it's around by 300ths of a second. So I mean, it's really close between everyone there up at the top, and then you go down to third of Noah, it's around 900ths. Down to Black Mumbai, it is 1/10 and 2/10 to Mali, 3/10 to Malloy, and that's only down in 6th place. 4/10 for Claire, again, same for Sean, half a second for Sam, and that's, you know, with the top 10, it's only by half of a second. And then you go down to Fight of Balloons, it's by 8/10. So, I mean, really close here in Brazil. And as it stands right now, these times, I mean, those are only the banker left. So imagine how much closer it's going to be when we reach the, you know, the final part of qualifying here. And like we said, we're pretty close to the end due to the fact that we just started the stream. So, yeah, I forgot to say congratulations to Kian out of winning the podium tier. I didn't say that on stream yet, and I was planning on it. So, congratulations. Hoping to, you know, see one more race of him, maybe, I don't know, because I know he raced with us earlier this season, if I'm correct.
He had disconnection issues. I think it was Singapore, so we allowed him to race in the Pinnacle tier, because Williams had a seat for that race, but he didn't score any points, and he didn't need it. He's won it all on his own from the podium tier. Just to report, Alan, Black Mamba actually has a qualifying ban for this race, so he shouldn't actually be setting a time. He should be out on lap. He shouldn't have set a time. So I'm sure the stewards will look into that further, whether he was aware of it. Obviously, the stewards' results were put in the chat earlier in the week when they were announced, so he should have checked because he shouldn't be out on track at the moment.
So it's a very interesting case. Doesn't happen much, and there he goes. Into 3rd place goes Black Mumbai. He's not going to stay there for long. I'm not sure if they'll disqualify him from the race or just not count his points or so on and so forth, but he sets a time 3rd fastest on the track as it stands right now. That is really close by. Look at the top 4. That is less than 1/10 of a second. That is the closest I've ever seen in a long time. So the top 4 are all divided by 1/10 of a second, and Learn the Wheel is up there with Beasthouse on the front row.
Look at the top 12, Alan. 1 second covers the top 12. How crazy is that?
It's really close there between all of them. Top 10 is around half a second. So you could definitely compare all of them. But the guys who stand on the front row right now, Learn the Wheel Beasthouse, are both on out laps. They'll be beginning the first and probably only lap here today. It'll be a matter of time, though, to see if they make it back in time, you know, to start their lap. I know Learn the Wheel's fun. Not sure about Beasthouse at the pace he's going. Most likely we'll get there. I don't see it being a worry. Black Mumbai, what is he going to do? He's in 3rd right now, and he's going to come across the line for another lap. 600ths behind. No improvement for Black Mumbai. Noak down in 4th. Mali in 5th. And Malloy up into 4th. So good running from him. And that is actually 600ths of a second. So look at the top 5. It's all less than 1/10. So hopefully it finishes this way. learning the wheel, crosses the line. He'll be starting his lap time. B says will come across the straight with around 13 seconds to go, and slices in to set in another lap time. When was the last time you saw, the running be this close for pole position?
Alan, I can't think I remember a time. I know as the qualifying timer runs out, I know I think it was season 8 in Austria, we were very close. As now, Noah goes up to the top. So, look, Alan is so close. Sean settles for 6th position. Lawrence crosses a line in 11th. And Alan, this is what the Pinnacle tier let us down for last week. They're sure making up for us just in qualifying.
I mean, it could be the fact that not many people tried in qualifying last time, because we had 2 different qualifying sessions. Black Mumbai 6/10 below Nowick. Malloy in 3rd, 1/10 below. What's learning the wheel gonna do? Oh, he missed the exit there. And look at the gap between him and BSAT. It's come down massively. When they started their lap time, I'm not sure if learning the wheel had a tad bit of a mistake. They'll come across the line. What lap time will they put up? I'm assuming BSAT on the front. No, 3rd place. Learning the wheel drops down.
Mally goes second.
Down to Flair.
Mally goes second as well, so BSAS falls down one further, and Flair's actually ghosting, so I think he's given up on that one. But do you think ran out fuel? Do you think BSAS perhaps got a little bit of slipstream there on that run up the hill to cross the line?
I'm gonna ask you a question to answer your question. What slipstream? I'll be honest.
So where you're in close to another car. Like right behind another car.
I know what slipstream means. I'm not sure it's implemented here, but Nowick on the front row with Mally, 100th of a second. It can't get any closer. Black Mumbai in 3rd, B6 learning the wheel, 7th Sean, 8th James Slater, 9th Flair, 10 is Sam. That rounds at the top 10 in Spidey Balloons. MLA, Lawrence, and Joel. Not the position MLA needs to be in if he wants to outscore BSAS. But then again, he is on the soft tires. He's going for a big gamble today in Brazil. Something he needs to do to stay alive in this championship. He starts P12 today compared to BSAS, who's in P4.
Of course, he'll get to select his tires. So he starts in 12th. He'll start on a fresh set of tires, whatever he wants to choose come the race. So it'll be interesting to see what strategy he goes for, Alan. Will there be any rain towards the end of the race? Maybe that's something that's being considered by himself. But I'm so excited for this one, Alan. The grid's so close. It's absolutely amazing. It is a short track, but I never expected it to be that close. And I can't wait to see. I hope we get a nice clean first lap, and then we can really see some of these top guys battling it out on F1 2017.
Yes, definitely. An interesting track. One of my favorites overall. I love this track so much. Every single sector flows perfectly for me. It just, you can't be perfect, but this track is really close to it. Here we go for the formation lap, and it's Nowick and Mally on the front row, of course. I was gonna say, I thought Flair was supposed to be in the McLaren. Was it the McLaren?
When he rejoined the season out a few races ago, the seat we had free was the McLaren. We got a Toro Rosso free. He wasn't happy with the McLaren after Mexico, which is why he didn't rejoin the session. And he asked if he could take the Toro Rosso seat. So being a kind gentleman that we are, and here at F1 TS Hub, we let him switch over to the Toro Rosso. It didn't seem to help him here though.
Well, he ran out of fuel across the line. It looked like he was on a good one, though. I was saying his times were improving, just ran out at the end. So he must have been on a second lap, reload the fuel all the way to the bottom, just ran out at the end. But knowing Flair, I feel like he won't even be happy with that car he's given. Knowing him, I've known him for quite a while in league racing. So nice to see him again back with F1 TS towards the end of the season. So a little quick grid rundown again. It's Noah, Mally, Black Mumbai, Beastats. He is trying to win this race, and I mean that's his main goal. Mainly it's just if he finishes ahead, no matter where it is, no matter where on the track, if he finishes out of MLA, he's going to win this championship. And if it's not for the race win, and MLA is a couple positions ahead of him, there's still a chance because he needs at least a 25-point gap, because down to tiebreaker it goes down to wins, and I think we all know Beast has more wins than MLA. Beast has been there the entire season. It's just been a very, very close fight, and for Beast it's a 29-point gap. So really, needs to keep it within a 4-point margin there just to confirm that he clinches the championship today and not next week at the finale.
Alan, just to quickly run down, Cloudy Balloons is on mediums, MLA is on softs, Lawrence is on softs, and Jaws on supers. The top 10, of course, also on supers. That's the tyre they qualified on. And also quickly, Mercedes are already the Constructors' Championships, so they don't need to worry about that. Will Sean come to the aid of MLA here as we wait for the sole Williams driver and a Red Bull back there as well to join us up on the grid, and we'll get underway.
I mean, when you say Mercedes not worrying, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. They're still worrying about their first driver, MLA, because they want to get him a championship, of course. Here we go with the 5 red lights in Sao Paulo for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and we're green. Noack on the front row gets away to defending the inside and clears Mally even before turn 1. A beautiful start from Noack, and already behind there. They're dancing and franticing, trying to get around, and there's 2 and 3 wide all over the place. Back to 2 wide. Everyone gets away with that one cleanly. And as we head down off turn 3, and looks to be some racing back in the background with the Renault, some Toro Rossos, Flair Malloy's, Sam going at it. And Sam goes off the track. He may have been forced off, and now goes wheel to wheels with James Slater as he goes around the outside before he's forced off. As well, we look up at James Slater. Cloudy Balloons are fighting forward, and Cloudy Balloons hits the Red Bull in the background. That's Jor, and Jor has gone by. And right now, Cloudy Balloons has recovered, but lost an end plate on that front ring, and now recovers back to last place. Go towards the front of the field, though. It's a very, very even fight. And when I say even, I mean maybe within the mid-pack, but for Noack, he's increased already up to an almost 1 second lead on the opening lap here in Brazil.
Fantastic opening lap here, and absolutely, has to be said, very clean from these drivers. There's a narrow track here in Brazil, and they managed to keep it very clean. Obviously, a few little end plates being thrown around across the track, but you expect that around Brazil, and grass surrounding the curbs, remember, so it's not a track you want to push the limits too far. Beasthouse having a look at Black Mamba, but thinks better of it. Is he going to have a run now as Cloudy Balloons comes into the pits for the medium tyres? He's going to give up that, he was already in last place, so he's going to give up a bit of time and decide to come into the pits. We're seeing Beasthouse get ahead of Black Mamba, goes a little bit wide. Black Mamba's going to come back at him here. Beasthouse got a championship to think about, he can't be too aggressive, and he slots back in behind the Sauber driver. So attempted pass, and is he looking down the inside again? He's got Sean just behind, and he needs to be careful here. Right in the middle of the action is Beasthouse. MLA meanwhile is up to 10th position, so into the points for the other championship contender, and everyone within DRS at the moment. This is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, it's been a fantastic race for the opening first 2 laps. Hopefully it's like that for the end. 99% of the time it's not, but you can always wish. So a little grid rundown off the start. It is Noack, Mally, Black Mumbai, B-Sash, Sean, Learn the Wheel, Flair, Malloy, Samster, MLA, James Slater, Jor, Lawrence, and Cloudy Balloons rounding up the top 14. And already I'm looking with everyone. There could be some sort of battle. You look with Lawrence, and it looks like Jor's into the pits. Jor's into the pits. What is he going to do? Lap number 3. No one else follows him, so probably an unscheduled pit stop, obviously, or going through the pits. And looks to be they're repairing that front wing, so he must have made in contact with, it could have been Lawrence. That was the only car he was with at the time he pitted with. And believe it or not, Cloudy Balloons is still behind Jordan. He must have pitted also. And Sean right now is right on, he's right in front of the Renault. And the Renault, Malloy's trying to get around it. And I thought Malloy was pretty much up towards the front of the group, and now he's already back down in 8th. And really, this train is starting to form up, and Beasthouse, believe it or not, conducting this train, leaving them at a steady pace, leaving Mally and Noack to pull away on the 3rd lap of this race. Do you know what possibly Beasthouse has been doing? I mean, the gap is about to start opening up, but I mean, I look with it, everyone's bunched up right behind Beasthouse.
Yeah, Beasthouse just got past the Sauber of Black Mamba. Also, Schulman very defensive into turn 4 against learning the wheel, and seems to have lost 2 positions. He was ahead of him. So here we go. DRS is going to be open for all of these guys. What's Black Mamba going to do? Is he going to be able to sling one down the inside? No, he looks to the outside, and it's so close between these guys in qualifying. It looks like it's echoed that onto the race. So as they all come through turn 1 and 2, fantastically snaking through this Brazilian Grand Prix, and look at all the cars in the background. This is fantastic to see them so close. Alan, they were put out a message by the league and also the stewards after last week that they need to attend and they need to have some clean racing, and it looks like they're giving us just that here tonight.
Well, not necessarily. It could be more the fact that they just need to stay calm. And speaking of stay calm, Black Mumbai dives down to the inside of Beast House. Beast House stays ahead of Black Mumbai as it stands right now. And we don't even know if Black Mumbai's legally racing as he dives it down to the inside of Beast House once more. And this time Beast House gets away with it once more. And Black Mumbai will try a third one off the inside. Beast House runs wide in the final sector. Heck, coming towards the start of lap number, Beast has a lot up his chin as it stands right now. Black Mumbai learning the wheel. They are pressuring Beast House. Beast House is going to go to the inside of the fence. Oh, there goes Black Mumbai to the outside. Will they switch lanes before turn one? They do not. They'll be side by side as he crosses the line for lap 5 and around the outside. Black Mumbai just enough room to do it. He'll have the inside downhill towards turn 2. Runs Beast House off and takes number 3, but he's in the grass coming towards turn 3. And, well, that has been a good one. And already defending down to the inside. Flair gets shoved down to the inside by learning the wheel. This is for P5 behind B-Saz. And launching to the inside is B-Saz's old teammate, Flair. And B-Saz gets a little tank slapper off turn 4. And, well, it looks like he has a lot up his sleeve.
This is amazing, Alan. B-Saz doing a great job of defending there into turn 4. But you have to say, Black Mamba did an ever so good job getting the job done into turn 2. Look at Flair, also got past learning the wheel into turn 4, so seeing lots of movements. Now we're seeing Sean and Meloy side by side. Meloy's got the inside in the Renault. Sean's going to try and go around the outside, hang it. That curb isn't grippy. Yeah, ran him out of road there. And the Mercedes driver, now is he going to let, he's going wide, is he going to let his teammate through? He takes out the marker board, the Force India, is he going to have a run on him as well? And it looks like both Mercedes haven't got the best exit, and the Force India's the one who's got the best one of them all. And dear Ed, there's so much cars on track. This is fantastic racing here. We're only on lap 6, and here comes the Force India driver down the inside. He's got one of the Mercedes, so that's cost Sean big time there. There's a Renault now going slow. That's Malloy. Carry on, Alan, carry on.
There's Beast House. He was almost in a frantic situation. They're going 3 wide. 3 wide off turn 3. There's Beast House. Beast House is in the wall. And he's into the wall. And he's spinning a second time into the wall. Oh my goodness me. Anything that could not have happened, it's happened here in Sao Paulo. And he's out of the points. And there is MLA into 5th. He's going to gain 10 points. 10 points to stay eligible in this championship, and it's become a nightmare for Beast House. Oh, I couldn't have imagined that.
My goodness, Alan, 3 wide just wasn't going to work there. That just wasn't going to give each other enough room. That's heartbreaking stuff for Beast House. He's got to make his way to the pits and try and fight back to score some points. But MLA, he'll be clapping his hands if he can do that and drive at the same time, as he now sits in 5th position. So let's run through. Noik leads this race. Him and Mally have had a pretty calm one so far. We haven't even spoken about him. 1 and 2 at the moment. Black Mamba, after not serving his qualifying ban, is in 3rd. Learning the wheel up to 4th now. MLA on those soft tyres. He's under attack now from Malloy again, so perhaps struggling with straight line speed is that Mercedes. Malloy around the outside. Is he going to be able to make this stick as they come into turn 2? MLA gives him a squeeze and Malloy has to back out. He's got his sister Renault behind him, James Slater. Lawrence has now gained up to 8th because of that. Sam's in the pits, Flair's in the pits, Sean's in the pits, and Bisas is in the pits. So all of these 4 coming into the pits for a new set of boots, and Bisas will have his wing changed as well, so he's going to have to do it the hard way if he wants to win this championship today.
Yes, as it stands right now, the gap between them, 19 points. If they finish where they are today, Bisas stands outside of the points, but he could be a force to be reckoned with next week. Obviously, you have to look at the fact that he has a fast car, but being the fast car doesn't necessarily give you the victory. You have to be lucky. You have to be consistent. Out of the pits, he almost spins it, which amazes me. He tapped the wall and hit the other inside wall, and he was so close to finishing his day here in Sao Paulo. For MLA, he needs to start picking up places. He already got lucky ones. Now he needs to start adding consistency along with his luck that he has today, and hopefully it happens next week. But like we said, the points gap before this race was 29 points. Today, right now, MLA in 5th, he's gaining 10 points, with Bisas in 14th, with him gaining none. That gives MLA 19 points to fight with, entering in Abu Dhabi, if they finish where they are right now, that is. So you also have to look at that fact. Lap 8 now out of 36. Anything can still happen with the safety car still enabled, though it never usually does, because, Well, I'm not going to explain why. I think we all know why. But learn the wheel in 4th, 5th, MLA, 6th, Malloy, but he's not too far behind MLA, so he's going to, he'll basically be at threat for his 10 points as it stands right now. James Slater in 7th, the Bananas are running 6, 7. 8 is Lawrence, 9th is Sean, rounding out the top 10 is Sam. You have guys like Cloudy Balloons, Flair, and Jordan, 11th, 12th, and 13th outside of the points. So 8 laps in. Do you have any predictions for the next part of the race for what after they pit?
Alan, I don't know how anyone can make predictions on this race after what we've seen, as looks like MLA has got up. Yeah, Black Mamba has made a mistake there, so he's dropped down to 6th from what was 3rd. Nowick's in the pits from 1st position, so the first driver to blink on those super soft tyres. Alan, Bisas is just catching up to Jaw now in last place. So what can the Williams driver, the driver who's led this championship, what can he do about this? He goes down the inside of Jaw, doesn't give any room there. And my goodness, he's a man on a mission. Are we going to see a championship drive here from Bisas today? Will he be made to wait another week? Flair, meanwhile, is chasing down Cloudy Balloons, and he's going to come with some DRS firepower as they head down onto the straight. Oh, little bit of contact there, and Flair's in the wall, is he? Or is that lag? What's going on there? I have no idea.
I see that too. Oh,
Cloudy Balloons is out, Flair's out as well. So
this helps Bisas, definitely does.
Bisas is up to 11th. I'm not sure whether that was lag or what was going on there, Alan, but that was absolutely crazy. They were flying in the air on my screen.
I mean, they weren't flying in the air, but they were basically crammed into a wall, and it was a glitch. And I'm not. They both lost their tire. End of story. But Bisas, the story is for Bisas, you got into an incident. In racing, you choose what you do with your race. If you make an incident, you can choose to recover, you can choose to retire the car. For Bisas, he knows he needs to keep on fighting if he wants to win the championship today. It's unlikely. Learn the wheel at Malley in the pits. For Bisas, it's unlikely for him that it'll happen today, but he doesn't want to tell himself that. What he's going to tell himself is that I need to work harder, I need to be better, and I need to not give up. And that's what he's doing right now. He's trying everything in his power to do what he can today to get that championship safely when he arrives in Abu Dhabi next week. So that is how it goes for them. Learn the wheel, Malley both have exited the pits now. Malley on the mediums, and on the yellow tires, it's going to be learning the wheel as he exits the pits. Bisas fastest lap. Looks like I was correct.
Yeah, Bisas sets the fastest lap of the race. Anyone who pit for mediums at this stage in the race will be going to the end. There'll be one stopping it. Look who leads this race, MLA. He's cleverly picked his way through the field, and somehow he's leading. Of course, he hasn't pitted yet, but he is on the soft tires, so he should have a pace advantage on the drivers who are on the medium. So we got Nowick in 4th position, still leads Malley in 5th. Learning the wheels up to 3rd. Black Mamba is technically in 4th after the round of pit stops. But as we've seen, Alan, anything can happen. I'm watching the battle between James Slater and Black Mamba here for 7th and 8th position currently, and it's been all over the back of him for a couple of get enough straight line speed, a good enough exit. Meloy's in the pits, so he's the next driver to call it a day on his set of boots. What tire will he go on to? We'll just have a wait and see. It's looking to me like the soft tire. So the soft tire for the Renault, and he's going to exit the pits. We'll just run through who has and hasn't stopped. The top two, MLA and Lawrence, are the only two not to come into the pits. Everyone else has made a pit stop. Bisas fighting back after that early crash. I think he was lucky to continue that race. He hit that wall at quite high speeds, 180, 190 miles an hour down this straight to turn 4. With DRS open as well, he was definitely pushing that car in terms of straight line speed, and to hit the wall and come alive, still alive, car intact, obviously minus a front wing. I think he should be a little bit thankful that. Malloy is on, he's showing on my screen he's on the soft, but on his car he's showing on the supers, so he's behind his teammate now.
Yes, definitely. I've been looking through the field trying to capture anything at the moment. Malloy, Sean, they're a couple seconds off each other, but then there's Malloy, James Slater, Black Mumbai, all pretty close to each other. The Renaults are starting to form up. Two Bananas, what is that going to equal? They'll probably overtake the Sauber in front, most likely working together. MLA has not pitted yet. You look at the detail for stops. He is the only one besides Lawrence who has not made a pit stop yet. Today it is lap 12, and that is the reason because he started on those soft tires like Lawrence did also. Thing is, MLA should be pitting a lap earlier because those are old tires he started with, because he set a lap or two of those in qualifying compared to Lawrence, who qualified outside of the top 10 and decided to put on the soft tires, which were completely brand new. So the difference between their pit stop should be a couple of laps with Lawrence pitting a lap or two later. That's my opinion. Also, I'm running on board MLA. I see a lot of clouds surrounding Sao Paulo, and you did mention weather before this race. You think it'll become a factor in the second stint?
I think it could possibly become a factor in the second stint. I think it could possibly rain here. I did see someone put something on the stream that we might have some rain towards the end of the race. So Malloy gets past his teammate. James doesn't fight him too hard. Just like to point out, MLA could have started on new tyres if he selected a balanced strategy or a harder strategy. Or just a balanced strategy, actually. He would have had a second set of soft tyres, so he would have been able to start on those, but obviously we don't know which one he chose to start on. Bisas still in 11th place at the moment, 5 seconds behind, scoring a point, and we have still this battle between the two Renaults and Black Mamba. But Alan, it's been a race that it's going to be hard to sum up at the end of this one.
I find it interesting that whenever I raise my voice in this league, it always involves Beastaz. The finish of the British Grand Prix round 10, side by side with the Ferrari of Luis, and I was the loudest I've ever been in this league, and Beastaz ended up winning, and then he ends up spinning out twice, which cost him of any points, and I was just as loud in my opinion. So very, very crazy first 13 laps of this race. Unlucky 13. Will anything happen this lap? Most likely not. So yeah, like I said, the grid stands as is. MLA, Noack, Lawrence, Malley, learning the wheel, Black Mumbai, Malloy, James Slater, Sean, and Sam right at the top 10. Then it is Beastaz Jor rounding out, and then the retirements are Flair and Cloudy Balloons, both claiming that it wasn't their fault. Flair saying it was lag and he turned me, and for the other driver of Cloudy Balloons saying it was lag and nothing I could have done. So that's what it is, but believe it or not, my predictions have been wrong. I thought Lawrence was on newer soft tires, but as you can see, they look shredded. So time to put on the super soft tires for his second stint of the race. And MLA, 14 laps in, and he's pushing his car. Gap between him and Noack is 3.5 seconds, and is closing in rapidly every lap. Do you think MLA is going to pit first, or do you think Noack's going to get by him first?
I think MLA will probably come into the pits. It depends. Obviously, we don't know what the weather's like. Bisas now goes through into the point scoring position. But this is crazy scenes here. We got let's switch over to the two Renaults. They're so close. Malloy so close to Black Mamba, literally pushing through this middle sector. It looks to have a little bit of left end plate damage on that Renault, so perhaps that hampering his performance a little bit. And his teammate now is right back to come join the party. So yeah, perhaps MLA did start on a set of new softs, or he's just able to manage them a bit better. We don't know at this stage, but as you said, those tyres look trashed when Lawrence came in. Back out in 11th place on supers, he'll be going to the end. Is he going to have a run here at the championship leader? Is Lawrence as they head up the hill. Fresh set of supers, definite pace advantage as he spins it on
Lawrence.
the... Yeah, wow, he's still spinning. It's almost like he was going gardening there. He got so far on the grass, but nice Kit Kat banner on the right hand side as he heads back up the hill, and there we go, he is underway, and Bisas safely continues into 10th position. What's happening with these Renault guys? Come down the inside, Malloy. What's that going to happen there? There's contact. There's contact. Yep. Do you think that was a bit of a late move there? I just caught the end of it. It seemed like he went quite late to the inside.
I got a later move. I looked at it and he was spinning. I had no clue what was happening, to be honest, so I can't really judge. Actually looks like Sean is right up the rear of Malloy. He's going to throw it down the inside, reminiscent to what Bisas did to Cloudy Balloons a couple laps ago. And Sean is now by for P7, but I was going to say something. There may be a reason why MLA is still out on the track. We talk about the rain. Now, what I like to do in league racing is all about the strategy. You see the clouds, and let's say you're talking to Jeff, and you're supposed to pit for a new set of tires. Let's say those tires are at like 50-60%, right? Then Jeff comes on the radio, rain in 5 minutes, right? I'm thinking to myself, save your tires. Put on lead. Do anything you can to save those tires, to save yourself one less stint. Save yourself time to get track position. Because once rain starts to fall, once you're close to a puncture, you can put on an intermediate tire, so a lap or two early, and you still save time from pitting one less time. So I think MLA knows there's going to be rain, because we haven't gotten any confirmation from any drivers that it's going to rain, but my belief is it's going to rain. MLA knows that. He's planning out the future of this race in his mind. I mean, reminiscent to what, some F1 drivers like Alan Prost did, the professor, always knew what was happening and always planned stuff out. He always thought about things when he was racing, when he should actually just focus on the racing aspect. But I mean, for MLA, he's done so much, and I think he's planning the future of his race in his own hands, trying to figure out what he's going to do. And is he going to pit? Never mind, I am completely wrong. But yeah, I mean, we may still see rain, but it still baffled me that, they pitted a couple laps after I would have expected, because, I mean, they were running on older tires than Lawrence were.
Mediums.
And, yeah, now they're on the mediums, so definitely going for the one stop, so that could have been another factor. But for Lawrence, is going for one extra stint, because as you see right now, there's no way he's finishing the race on those super soft tires. For MLA, like we said, he wants to finish the race on those tires. He's getting pretty close to BSAS, who's in 10th. MLA, who's in 6th, will exit the pits. Some guys in front of him have still yet to make their second pit stop, if that's going to be the case. Still looks pretty cloudy, and have no driver confirmation if it'll be cloudy throughout or rain towards the end. I don't know, so we can't really make assumptions. But as it stands right now, Nowick has retaken the lead from pole position.
Yeah, so back almost in the order we were before the pits, Alan. MLA in 6th position after that long stint. He actually almost did half the race on that stint, but he'll now fit the medium tires and presumably go to the end. You've got Lawrence and Nowick who are going to pit again. It looks like Mally might inherit the lead when Nowick comes in for his second stop. And just a quick mention of BSAS, he's slowly closing that gap to Sam. And the gaps aren't too big all the way up to 4th place. They're only a couple seconds, if that, between each car. So is he going to be able to use his amazing speed that we know he has to try and fight back into the top 5? And Alan, if he scores 10 points today, and MLA will need to have a major point score to keep this one alive. But as we said, perhaps it won't be one today, but it looks like the championship leader is going to have to fight back for this one. And an entertaining race so far, Alan, here in Brazil. Is it going to be more entertaining? There's only one thing to do. Keep watching, guys. Hello to everyone on the stream, of course. And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And you can check out full race updates on Twitter at F1TS Hub. And of course you can head over to the website where you've got the standings, the media day stuff every Thursday, and of course you've got the forum where you can chat with your fellow drivers. And you can't sign up because sign-up's closed for Season 10. We've only got the rest of this race and Abu Dhabi to go. But news on Season 11, there's a special announcement next week at 6 PM live UK time, so it's not one to miss. We've got something special to announce and bring out, so I'm looking forward to sharing with everyone exactly what that's going to be. Alan, lap 19, we've just begun out of 36.
Yes, it's been very interesting. I've been keeping an eye on the chat to see if any drivers or anyone saying anything. Kian is saying there'll be rain in 5 to 10 minutes, but here's the problem. He's not even in the session, so I'm not sure if he's a reliable resource or not. Probably just messing with us. I don't know, but if he's right, I'm mad at the predictions, to be honest. Could be in a party with a driver who's racing right now. That could be another factor, but BSAS gets by Sam for P9, picks up 2 points compared to MLA, who's in 6. That gives him 8 points as it stands right now. As it stands 8-2, that is 6, obviously, so he'll be fighting with a 23-point gap entering Abu Dhabi as it stands right now. I was going to do the math while you're talking to try and figure out where, when people need to finish it, for things to happen. I don't know how to explain it, but for Nowick, it's a simple game. He wants to win the race. For Mally, he just wants to catch him. Learning the wheel, he just wants to... Oh, never mind. We're seeing rain. We're seeing rain.
Alan, I don't think you've called anything right today in terms of strategy and weather. Lawrence is apparently feeding Kian the information, but every time Alan says someone's not going to pit, they pit. Anytime someone says someone's going to stay out, they do the opposite. So here comes MLA now alongside James. This is for 5th position, and James is holding it now the inside, and MLA is going to have to wait and try to run down into turn 4, slap that DRS open on that Mercedes, get that extra straight line speed. What's he going to do? It's looking like he's going to go inside. James Slater isn't defending on the inside. Is he going to be able to get the job done here? Yes, it looks like James Slater conceded that position, and MLA up into 5th. BSAS meanwhile closing in on Malloy in 8th position. Alan, we've got some rain here. What's this is a potion. We've got every magical ingredient here tonight.
Yes, as it stands right now, it is being very interesting as it stands right now. But as we look up to the field, yep, starting to diminish between 1st and 2nd, but it doesn't really matter because they'll be pitting for inners within the next couple of laps. Not right now. No, the track still isn't wet. Starting to see some spray from the track, but obviously DRS still enabled. Still good for slick tire racing as it stands, but really, let's talk about some of the drivers. I'm putting the detail for the position change. Which driver has impressed you the most today?
Well, Noik obviously only in his 2nd race at F1 TS Hub, pole position leading away. Perhaps he's called this strategy right, because he's stayed on the quickest tyre, as we see a bit of carbon fibre on the right hand side from Flair and Cloudy's car, and perhaps he's going to time it right so he can come in on inters, and look, he's got a 6.5 second gap at the moment. But yeah, MLA, interesting that he put those mediums on if he thought there was going to be rain. You know, it's a tough call. Perhaps, you know, he should have gone for supers, but hindsight is a wonderful thing. If you don't know when the rain's going to come, obviously it's just a gamble. And you mentioned MLA is a professor. He is that indeed. He's a very quick driver, and one that we're very happy to have here at TS Hub. But BSAS closing in ever so slowly on these two in front. I'm riding on board with Malloy and Sean, and BSAS is just about catching him. So putting in a good comeback so far as BSAS, and this rain, this wet weather is going to spice things up even more. This is exactly what he wants to give him a better shot to try and get into those point scoring positions further up the field. But the rain's definitely coming, Alan, and I wonder how long it'll be before we see some pit stoppers.
It looked like Black Mumbai was headed in for a second, but dived out. 3-second penalty for Sam, who stands in 10th. So he's really slow off the final corner, so I must have made a mistake. But going up to the field, Beast is in 9th. He has 2 points there with MLA in 5th. That gives 10. Difference is 8 points. You know, good enough for one more round. Starting to see some more spray from the tires. Most likely, I'd say lap 23, 24, 25. Should really be the time, you know, 12, 13 laps to go. Should really be the time for these drivers to pit for intermediates. Now, I don't know what else. I'm not a meteorologist, but all I know right now is stuff is falling from the sky, and it sure ain't snow, because they don't have that in this game, so gotta be some rain. Other than that, I don't know what else can happen. I mean, could stay for 5 minutes, could go away, could
here goes
tire racer.
BSAS versus Malloy. They're going to side by side, very clean racing between the both of them, very respectful, exactly what we like to see here. Also, Mally has taken out over a lap and a half, 4 seconds out of Noik's lead.
Yep, Sam is doing donuts.
Jaws on the inters as well. Lawrence is up into the points. Malloy still behind. They're struggling with traction as they exit the final proper corner as they come up the hill now, and this one isn't straightforward in the wet either. I myself have been in the wall there in Season 9, so we've seen a driver come into the pits. That is James Slater. Will he fit the intermediate tyres? Does he think it's wet enough to put those tyres on? Yes, they're ready in the pit lane, so inters for... Yeah, fantastic. Look at that. Intermediate tyres, and he's going to be the second driver after Jaw to make the call. Lawrence is now in, slows the car down perfectly, and Sam gets the penalty for speeding in the pit lane just behind him. So, a couple penalties for Sam on the last couple laps. Look at the lead, 1.2 seconds. Noik's struggling so much on those supers. They're dead. They're absolutely dead. You've got a Red Bull behind, which is being lapped. And look at Mally just closing in. Surely Noik's going to have to come into the pits now for a set of inters.
Yeah, you were saying a couple laps ago, why would MLA put on the mediums if he knew this race was going to come? Well, I mean, a lot of people say, and I've looked it up because I was curious about this, for interchanging weather, the best tire to be on are the medium tires. It's really just for wear and consumption, because you're on the soft tires and super soft. So those things are going to start to degrade a lot once you're on conditions like this. So for MLA, sort of at an advantage. Sorry, got some in my throat.
Just to let you know, Noek's in the pits from the lead, Alan. So he's on to. They put soft tires on. It looks like. They put soft tires on. Has he forgot to change, or is that his strategy? I'm not too sure, Alan. But whatever he's done, he's definitely on the soft tire. And look at MLA back into the top 5 again. Bisas is going to come through. Yes, Bisas is always going to be close. They're going to fight down to turn 4 now. And Bisas isn't going to be able to make it through on this occasion. But Bisas now up to 7th position. Our championship leader heading into this race. Led MLA by 29 points. DRS is now disabled. That's a good indication for when it might be time for the wet weather. Has Noek thrown his maiden win away here? He seems to have everything under control. Mali leads, learning the wheel in 2nd. Black Mamba up to 3rd. MLA in 4th. Sean in 5th. Noek now down in 6th. Bisas just behind in 7th. Malloy is in 8th.
Sean. Oh, he's hanging on right now. Looking at Sean, I hate to interrupt.
That's all right.
Sean right now, he is so close to the Haas of Noek. Oh my goodness me, Sean's back end kicks out while trying to defend at the same time. Mali's into the pits, so is learning Black Mumbai and MLA. You better pit or else I'll be frustrated. There you go. So Sean in 5th. Oh, that means, I mean, if I were Sean, I'd still pit. If I were you, please pit, Sean, please pit. What? Bisas stays out on the track.
Yeah, Bisas carries on. He obviously feels he can go another lap. He doesn't have a teammate to worry about, but is this going to... Has he made the wrong decision here, Alan? It looks very wet out there, but Bisas is a man that knows a lot more about this game than I do, and he's currently in lean, back up to Rich, and Noek's off. So Noek also needs to come into the pits. He put on the wrong tyre, Alan. He's definitely meant to put on the inters, surely. Mali comes out in the lead of this race after his, what's surely going to be the final pit stop unless it gets any wetter.
Oh, and Noek is off again. Noek is off.
Wow, it's gone from bad to worse for the Haas driver. Was leading this race comfortably, pitted for the wrong tyres. We're just seeing a move between James and Sean as they exit the pits. Sean goes around the outside of, James goes around the outside of Sean. They're going to come side by side now. Sean gets a little squeeze. Here they go. This is a narrow part of the track. Are they going to be able to do it? They are going to be able to do just that.
Oh my goodness.
Fantastic stuff. Alan clapping in the background, sounds like it. And there's a smile, I'm sure, cheek to cheek on your face, Alan, watching that one.
In my all of days of racing, I have never seen a pass like that in my life. Drifting around the outside. Sean, the wheelman that he is, was able to pull that off. And right now, moves up to 7th place. Bisas into the pits.
So Noek
goes in also.
Bisas gets a penalty. Bisas got a speeding in the pit lane penalty, so it's really not his day today. Is it, Alan?
No, not his day at all. I mean, so did Noek. I think it's just with these conditions, the slick tires, the track, it's puddles coming into the pit lane, so you're sliding in there. So really, it doesn't help the fact that Noek's also fixing his front wing, started on pole. He's already down to 9th place. Bisas down to 8th with MLA in 4th. Less than a second behind Black Mumbai for a podium. I mean, this contradicts the beginning, because Bisas started 4th, and MLA started roughly towards the back, and now they've sort of switched positions. Right now, MLA is in 4th, and Bisas is towards the back of the field.
Look at Sam on the back of Lawrence. This is for the final point scoring position here. Getting a little bit of a tank slapper as they exit turn 3. Is he going to be able to do something here into turn 4? No. We've seen lots of overtakes here today at turn 4. And it's been one of the drivers' favourite to try something. You've got MLA now within DRS of a podium. So at the moment, MLA scores 12 points. Bisas would only score 4 points, which means 8 would be the difference. The gap would come down to 21 as they enter the last race. Remember, if MLA, can't score more than 5 over Bisas will be crowned champion today. So, If MLA will keep an eye on his progress, but we'll keep a closer eye on BSA's progress. If he can get within 5 points of MLA, then he's still got a chance of being crowned champion tonight.
Yes, there's always a chance, and for BSAS, there's always a chance and opportunity. And I'll take some quotes I know. Never give up and always keep trying. I mean, there's always an opportunity to present yourself to do what you want to do. And for BSAS, let's say MLA spins, or let's say he spins, recovers back up to 7th. That'd effectively give BSAS a championship, most likely, or 6th place. I think that'd still be a tiebreaker, just enough. Even for MLA, let's say he retires from the race trying to get by Black Mumbai. There's still a chance of that, because when BSAS was struggling to pass people in the beginning of the race, he crashed his car twice, and now he's, back there struggling. I wouldn't say struggling. He does have some fast laps up on the board. But other than that, he's towards the back of the pack towards this race, and really just needs to, work on trying to improve on that, because for BSAS, one little mistake costed him. And right now, today, as it seems right now, he's not going to clinch a championship. Not too bad for BSAS, because most likely, they'll both show up for Abu Dhabi, and for him, it's going to be pretty hard to mess up what he's had this entire season. But I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying it's going to be hard for him to do that. But 28 laps in, 36 overall, 9 laps to go. It's Sansis Malley learning the wheel. Black Mumbai, MLA, Sean, James Slater, Malloy, BSAS, Noik, Lawrence are at the top 10. Then it is Sam, Stir, and Jor. That's a 12 drivers in the field and Flare and Cloudy Balloons. So 28 laps out of 36 done. Do you think anything will happen to either BSAS and MLA towards the end of this race?
MLA looks like he's fancying that podium position off Black Mamba. Of course, Black Mamba didn't serve his qualifying ban, so we're not sure what's going to happen with his result. The stewards will have to decide that after the race. But MLA definitely within DRS now of that driver. Unfortunately, with the rain, he won't get to use it. But he'll still try his utmost to try and get onto the podium, maximize this result, take advantage of what was, a crash between 3 drivers as they headed down into turn 4 earlier in the race. BSAS, Flair, and another driver. I think it could have been Jaw, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, fantastic racing. He's got a good run here, does MLA. So the guy sitting in 2nd place in the Drivers' Championship, here he goes, heading into turn 1. Is he going to try something here down the inside? He does sling it quite late. It looks like Black Mamba's just got enough on the brakes, holds it. Fantastic defending there from the Sauber driver. MLA, is he going to get a good run? He does have a good run. Black Mamba has a poor exit. Is he going to catch him too soon? Perhaps he had to lift off there, Alan, and as they head down into turn 4, MLA definitely has the pace over the Sauber driver, but he needs to be careful. He can't throw this away, this opportunity that BSAS has given him, as BSAS now closes in on Malloy, and this battle looks like it's going to continue on for another lap. Can't take anything away from Malley, by the way, who leads this race, played his strategy perfect, and you have to say Noek down in 9th is absolutely, he'll be furious with his mechanics for not fitting the intermediate tyres. And look at learning the wheel as well in the Ferrari in 2nd place. He's a driver of the day nomination. Solid job up in 2nd for him. But our eyes are all on 3rd. MLA versus Black Mamba, and Sean is MLA's rear gunner.
Yes, it definitely is the case. You do have to remember that Black Mumbai, during qualifying, set a lap time that he was not supposed to. He had a qualifying ban, so just so you know, it's very, very unlikely for Black Mumbai. Okay, it looked like he's going to the pits, but very unlikely for Black Mumbai to get away from this Scotch clean. But as it stands right now, lunging to the inside, MLA locks up and has to run wide. He's going to use a little escape road there, and he'll be behind Black Mumbai. He'll try it once more. If I were him, I would have been patient.
Yeah, he went for that one. Black Mumbai just looked like he left the door open. Rightly so left the door open, because MLA might have collected him. He carried so much speed through there, but MLA is trying, he's not playing this conservatory. He knows he's going to go all out to try and maximise what's happened today to BSAS, who is meanwhile half a tenth behind Malloy, who is half a tenth behind his teammate. So this is for 6th, 7th and 8th. Before you know it, BSAS could be up to 6th position if he's able to get past these 2 Renaults, who I'm sure won't want to hold each other up. They're in a good point scoring position. James Slater, of course, occupies, I believe, 4th place in the championship, and it looks like nobody can challenge him from there. BSAS looks to the inside. He's already passed Malloy, I believe, once today. He's going to have to do it again. But MLA half a second behind Black Mamba. Lap 30 out of 36. And Alan, we've got everything to play for here.
Yes, definitely, and back towards the battling. 6 laps to go. MLA and Black Mamba, they were at the same place they were a lap ago. Will MLA learn not to do it again? And he's going to look a little more gently on the brakes. Still locks up that left front, but still behind Black Mamba. It's very hard to pull off that overtake. I mean, definitely with these conditions and everything, but I am starting to see some sun and some blue patches in the sky. So, I mean, you look behind MLA as it stands right now, so in turn 1, you look towards the right at the very end of turn 1. Yeah,
he's got both Renault. Both Renaults, one into turn 1, and the other one on the exit of turn 2. So well done to Beastas, up into 6th position now. 7 seconds, the gap 7.7 behind Sean. I don't know if he'll be able to close that. We'll have to see on his pace. But at the moment, 12 versus 8, I believe. So
it's a tiebreaker, meaning Beastas will win this championship if they finish where they are right now. So if MLA or Sean or anybody watching that is talking to MLA, tell him he needs to pass Black Mumbai if he still wants to contend for this championship fight in Abu Dhabi. It's going to come down to the wire between them. And guess who stands between, let's say MLA gets by Black Mumbai, right? Guess who stands between Beastas and, clinching this championship?
Sean, his teammate.
His teammate.
He won't be going past Alan. It's a big gap as well. We're starting lap 32 out of 36. Is MLA going to have a lunge here? He's got to give this everything. He knows this championship is up for grabs. They touch wheels, and Black Mumbai forces his way back through. Is he going to give MLA room? No, they touch. They need to be careful here that MLA does it. Oh, absolute wheel banging stuff. Hello to everyone watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 100. MLA's almost going into turn 4 here down the inside. Is he going to go for it? Here he does. He slides the rear. He gets the job done, Alan. He's into 3rd place. At the moment, he's going to keep this championship alive with that 3rd place. Beastas is in 6th position. So, from my calculations, 9 points is the difference between 7 points, sorry. So he will just score enough to keep this championship alive for one more race. 29 points the gap was, I believe, as they entered this race. So if MLA is able to take 7 off, it'll be leaving it with 22 for Abu Dhabi. But Black Mamba isn't finished yet, I'm sure, Alan.
Yes, I would like to say that. I mean, Black Mamba, he's really close to MLA. But this reminds me of the 2008 Brazilian Grand Prix. A couple laps to go, the conditions change, it has stopped raining, and guess what? Beastas needs to get by one more car and to finish in P5, reminiscent to what Hamilton did in 2008 to win and clinch this championship. That is the exact same point where Beastas is at right now. Will they be pitting for... And ghosting goes Beastas back at it. There's a chance we could recreate the 2008 finale. It's going to be a close one here in Sao Paulo.
Alan, I don't wanna rain on our parade because it has stopped raining. But remember, Beastas has that 5-second penalty, so for him to get past Sean and create that gap is going to be near impossible. So it looks like we will be heading to the final race in Abu Dhabi. If we were to say before tonight which tier would have headed to the last race, I would have gone for the podium any day. But it looks like as Malloy comes into the pits, he's going to fit the soft tyres for the last few laps. So you're right, Alan, 2008 in real life F1, here we come. F1 TS Hub's come to join the party. MLA currently in 3rd position, doing what he needs to do to keep this championship alive. Malloy and Noek in 9th and 10th have fitted the dry tyres. And we've got Beastas in 6th position. I don't think he's going to move ahead there. He needs to make sure that gap to James Slater stays above 5 seconds so that he doesn't drop down after his speeding in the pit lane. Meanwhile, learning the wheel is closing in on Mali. We haven't even mentioned these two because, you know, the championship's up for grabs here. But look at Mali. Absolutely his first race at F1 TS Hub. He's been leading. And this could be his first win. He was disappointed after last week. He had a few incidents in both races after we had to restart. And here he is now leading this race, round 19. What a great addition to the league he's been. And learning the wheels, same with this guy in the Ferrari. Fantastic driver. Hello to everyone watching, Alan. We've got loads of guys and girls, I'm sure, on the stream who want to find out, is Beastas going to be champion today? It doesn't look like it.
Never over till it's over. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say. It doesn't look likely. but there's still a chance. We're coming to 2 laps to go, and I'm looking at Mally. He's drifting around the exit of every corner. You enter the corner on a dry track with the intermediates, it's understeer. You exit with the oversteer. That's how that's how the game works. It's definitely how real life works. Also, DRS is enabled, meaning it's time for dry tires. Maybe a couple laps too late, but now drivers are starting to struggle.
Lawrence and Sam in.
Out like Beast has an MLA.
Lawrence and Sam are in, by the way. The gap is big though. Look at Nowick sizing up Malloy now. So they both pitted. They were the first 2 to pit for dry tires. They made the right call. It looks like DRS is open, and it is going to be medium versus soft for these two. So this will be an interesting one. MLA's come into the pits. My goodness, Alan, I did not see that coming.
Sean is in.
Sean is in as well.
They made an even bigger mistake. They're 2 teammates. They cannot fit on the same lap. What are they doing?
Sean should have stayed out and surely just cost BSAS. BSAS is now ahead of MLA. Has this cost MLA the championship, or has this been an absolute... Oh my goodness, Alan. I'm lost for words. I'm standing up now. I'm not sitting down for the first time during commentary.
BSAS in turn 3. Almost sliding in turn 3.
Penultimate lap. MLA, Sean and BSAS are in. Learning the wheels closed up to Mally, so we got to keep an eye on who's going to win this race as well. And look at this. The rain has stopped. Everyone's coming in now for dry tires. You've only got the top 4 who are refusing to pit. MLA is 5.9 seconds behind his championship rival. What is going to happen here? He needs his teammate to pass him as well. He needs more drivers to pass him. Otherwise, this championship is over and BSAS will be crowned. But can BSAS keep it on the road? Is he going to have to come in? Alan, my goodness, I got to sit down.
I told you, it was never over till it's over. And for all these guys, Mally crossing the line for one final lap in Sao Paulo, refusing to pit Black Mumbai, wheel to wheel with the lap car of Sam Sturr, who's on the slick tires, a message to him saying you need to pit. BSAS will come around. Will he be pitting? No.
2.6
MLA
2.6
down massively.
You got to remember,
and I think the goal here is that the penalty, yeah, you have to keep in mind. He needs Sean close MLA making a mistake in turn 1. There's still a chance though, a very slim one. I think if they just, stayed where they were, they would have been fine.
I think MLA's possibly thrown this away with that decision. He might get past BSAS on this lap. I'm sure BSAS won't fight him too hard because MLA...
Lord of the Wheel has gone by. Final lap.
Yeah, Lord of the Wheel's got Mally.
Lord of the Wheel, the last lap has gone by. How did we miss that? Oh,
Mally's struggling.
From Mally.
And look at BSAS.
Terrible.
MLA's going to go through. BSAS lets him through. BSAS lets him through. Easy enough. But yeah, Sean's going to get past with the penalty. But the gap's too big behind. The gap is too big. Even if BSAS finishes 6th and MLA finishes in 4th position, it won't be enough, will it, Alan? 6 is worth 8 points. And 6 is worth 8, 4th is worth 12. We're going to have to work out in a minute. I can't do this live. Learning the wheel, crosses the line to win the second time at F1 TS Hub. Mally comes home in 2nd. He'll be so upset with that. Black Mamba didn't serve his qualifying ban. Here he comes to cross the line in 3rd position. Here comes MLA for 4th. He has to wait and see what's going to happen with this championship. Will he go to Abu Dhabi, or will BSAS be crowned the champion of the Pinnacle T? Crosses the line. Sean doesn't jump ahead. BSAS is champion. BSAS is champion.
I'm out of words. Mercedes, what were you thinking? Devastated. Even as a biased commentator, I have to be. I am disappointed with that. And it was right there in their hands. If they finished where they were, I think it would have been fine. I mean, you had to keep in mind, I think what they thought was we need to do a gamble due to the fact that, where they stand right now would have been finished out a tiebreaker. They did not know that BSAS had a 5-second penalty, so they thought that, okay, let's go for a gamble. We have nothing to lose. But they didn't know he had a penalty, meaning they were going to lose that contention for the championship in Abu Dhabi. And so it stands, BSAS Season 10 Pinnacle Tier Champion.
We've got Black Mamba, of course. We don't know what's going to happen with him. Of course, he got the penalty. He got the race ban, the qualifying ban. What will the stewards decide regarding him? So we're going to have to wait to officially crown a champion. MLA was to move up into third. Would he? No, I think Beast Hass would still be champion because he would finish fourth. Yeah, Beast Hass is the champion of the Pinnacle tier, Alan. We've been waiting a long time to say it this season. Congratulations to these podium guys. They put on a great performance. And Mally, you got a feel for him. But Alan, talk us through these final results. Beast Hass 5th place secures the championship.
I'm going to ask you a question. The gap between Beast Hass and Sean, they crossed the line. It was 5 seconds. Beast Hass had a 10-second penalty, and Beast Hass still finishes ahead of Sean.
It was only 1 5-second, but it appears as 2 on the game screen. That's done that before. All right, you're going to have to run through these.
Oh, I learned the wheel, Mally, Black Mamba, MLA, Beast Hass, Sean, James Slater, Noah Maloney, Lawrence, Sam, Daniel Ricardo. Who else was there?
Oh, goodness.
Probably like Flair and Jor, I don't know.
Alan, I don't think it matters. Today's story is we crowned 2 champions. Kian from the podium tier at 7 PM. Beast Hass from the Pinnacle tier at 9 PM. After Mercedes, you have to say, threw away the chance to take it to the final round. Let's get the champion in here, shall we?
Malay. It was an underdog story. For him, he probably thought it was, I'm gonna try. For others, too good to be true. But for me, that story, that final race, was probably one of the best I've ever seen for F1 TS Sub.
I think that is the best. Now. The best race, one of the best races I've ever seen. Congratulations, Beast Hass. We've never spoken before, but you are the Pinnacle tier champion, my friend. A little bit stressful, was it, that one?
Nah, that was a tough race, especially at the start. Like when I went to pass Black Mamba, I actually got wing damage, so that's why I was so off the pace. And then obviously the flare incident, that was crazy. I don't really know what happened. I need to look back at my footage, but I don't know if he came across or I went to the left, but I just went straight into the wall. Came back, MLA just. That was crazy. I thought it was game over.
Yeah, I think you were lucky to continue. Hit the wall quite hard at the end of that straight. It was actually, Jaw was actually on Flair's inside as well, so there was actually 3 of you heading towards turn 4, which probably didn't help. But can you believe that both Mercedes pitted at the end? They would have actually, it would have been 22 points heading to the last race, but because they both pitted, it actually gifted you the championship here in Brazil.
To be fair, I was thinking of pitting, but then I saw Sean come in, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay out, and yeah, ended up working. I think that was the wrong decision though, to pit. They probably should have stayed out.
It definitely was. Alan, do you have a question for the champ?
I'm gonna have to say, from meeting you back in my own league, we used to race together, and for a couple races, it was nice. It was nice knowing you. We sort of split, and then it was back with F1 TSL. We saw you again in other scenarios with other leagues. I saw you in, and it's sort of nice to see you back here. It's been a long time since we've really talked, but I like saying this. Congratulations, Beast Hass. You are a world champion for F1 TSL. How exactly did you overcome the challenges you've had this season? I mean, there's been so many, but they've been combined with the success you've had.
Well, like, it's been an up and down season. Like, at the start, it was complete domination. Like the first 5-6 races, I'd say. But I actually don't know. I think like the second half of the season, I just had a bit of like hard luck, like especially Singapore and Japan. Like, I probably should have ended the championship by now if it was for those 2 races. But yeah, you just keep on practicing, really. Like I know I've got the pace to like always get podiums. So if I just get a good race, I know I've got a good chance to win. So.
I got a couple questions for you, Beast Hass. The first one being a thought for MLA. He gave you a run for your money. He was so consistent throughout the championship. What did you have you raced with him before, and what did you make of his drive this season?
No, I used to race with him in PSF1 and F1 2016. Like personally, I thought I had a pretty clear gap between him, like pace-wise. But on 2017, it's definitely closed up. He's definitely much quicker. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting him to put up like that much of a fight. Fair play to him.
And final question from me. Obviously, you've won a lot of championships on this game, BSAS. But have you ever won one in circumstances like this race we've just completed?
Nah, definitely not. This is one of the first in like pretty much all of my leagues that I've been in.
Good stuff. So we'll definitely get your name engraved on a trophy, BSAS. Congratulations, Alan. Do you have any final questions for him?
No, I think you summed it up pretty well. Again, congratulations, BSAS. Coming from a friend, I'm sort of happy to see you in the championship. Not to be biased, but again, from the beginning of the season, I was happy to see you here. And from all the odd moments and the hilarious ones you produced, from Russia came across the line 1 second to start the lap.
That was amazing.
Yeah, and then in Silverstone side by side, that was incredible. And then sort of when I thought I was losing hope in you for a second in Singapore, when you opened up that big lead, safety car came out and changed everything. And now where it all paid off. So congratulations.
Thanks.
Good stuff. All right, Alan, I'll let you close us out, mate.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching Season 10 of Pinnacle Tier Racing. We're not done yet. There's still one more race next week for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in Yas Marina. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. For everyone in the booth, my name's Alan Cavagnar. I'm alongside BSAS and Nick. And Nick and I will see you next week. BSAS will be racing, not in the booth. That'd be hilarious to see. We will see you next week for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in Yas Marina. Have a safe night, everybody, and peace.
Don't forget, special announcement, 6 PM UK time next week before the final race. Thanks, guys.